How's it going, guys? Welcome to another HFD Afl podcast. I'm Chris C, the Aussie Seth Rogan. Who do we have next to us? Johnny G. How you going? I just want to know if everyone can hear us. You look clearer. Yeah. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Beth. Sorry for the hold up. You can blame Johnny G. He's never organised, you know. Can you guys hear Johnny? Can you guys hear him? Oh. Where's Father Jim? He said he was on the stream. Oh, he's in the background. He's moderating. He has blessed the cast. Yeah, man. Just list it. All right. So, Johnny G, hey? Yeah, good, man. Not too bad, you know. Not too bad, you know. Massive week in footy last week. So, yeah, a lot to talk about tonight, man. No, Johnny is silent. Johnny's silent? Johnny G, hey? Yeah, good, man. Not too bad, you know. Not too bad, you know. Massive week in footy last week. So, yeah, Hold on. Technical difficulties. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Why is that working? Yeah. For some reason, Chris is talking to him. I don't know why. Yeah, I can hear you, but Switch on reference. Hold on. Sorry, we'll fix it, man. We'll fix it. Oh, is it working now? Hello? Hello? Can you hear Johnny now? All right. I thought it works the same way. All right, we'll just we'll go to intermission and we'll go back on Skype then. Oh, really? You can hear us? I'm reading the comments, but I don't know if they can hear you. I thought it works the same way. All right, we'll just we'll go to intermission and we'll go back on Skype then. Oh, really? No, they can't hear you, man. All right, so what we'll do. You have to add another audio another way. Okay. All right, we'll stop this one and we'll go back to Skype. So give us 1 sec, guys. Give us 1 sec. you going, man? I'm hoping it's working now.
Are we back?
I think so. Are we back, guys? Can you guys hear us? Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hello. Testing.
Testing one. Testing 1, 2, 3. Sorry. I hope you can hear Johnny. Can you guys hear Johnny? Can
I heard that.
you can hear it, but can they hear? Can they hear us?
I don't
No,
know.
man. Think.
Anyway, I think Kerry said it's
Ah,
working.
cool. All right. Sorry, guys,
Yeah.
for that. It's bit of a technical hiccup.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Let me just get me thing all set up here. Johnny G, sorry about that. That's I was just gonna blame you on that one. So, but how you been, man? How you
Do I
been,
have
man?
to? Do I have to say? Do I have to say how I've been and what's been
You
going
do.
on
Yeah,
again?
I have to say that, man. Yeah.
I'm doing really well, man. It's been a great weekend, except for Crows losing, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, I had a pretty good weekend, man. Port won, and yeah, it was eventful, And Beth Karen saying hooray. So hello to all the chat. How you guys going?
Well, you basically had a long weekend, Chris. You had Friday, Saturday,
I
Sunday,
I
Monday
did.
off.
We did a podcast on
Did you?
Friday night, then I did a watch along. We did the port game on Saturday. So yeah, it was a good break.
I enjoy it. I, I enjoy watching the watch-alongs,
I
man.
know.
They're
I think
good.
we're gonna get more people involved.
Yes, I do want to do it with a Crows game, but I think I'll get too emotionally
Yeah,
angry,
that's
man.
right. KP is not here. Zakale's not here. Mr. Lachlan is not here. Yes, you're right, but they will arrive at one point in time.
They're here in spirit, man.
Johnny
Here in
G,
spirit.
are you new here? So,
Yeah, I'm very new. This is my first time on HFD. I'm glad to be a part of the crew.
oh god, Johnny G is one of the founding fathers of HFD. So, if you go back to our first ever podcast, it explains the origins of HFD, and you'll see him there. So,
The origins. I like it. I like it.
you have done what you have. KP goes. You have done on the United game, John. Yes.
Yes, yes. I love doing the watch alongs United game, but we're shit there too. All my teams are shit.
He reckons that they're closer to your heart than the Crows. See, I disagree with that. I reckon the Crows are more to your heart. But,
They're Man
yeah.
United. Nah,
No?
nah. I love the Crows, don't get me wrong, but Man United's a different level, even though they cut my heart a lot
Uh,
recently.
that's right, man. Well, you got to
Anyway,
have something in your heart, and at least you got something.
I'm not a black heart.
um, but,
Well, should we review some of the last
well,
weekend's
Beth
games?
Karen just doesn't stop talking to us. So, Christy, Johnny G is 80 years old. I reckon you're 80 years old.
I'm 80.
Yeah,
I reckon I look pretty good
you
for
do
an
look good.
80.
KP, where are you today? He's at home relaxing. Oh, actually, he said Earth. He's on Earth.
He's on Earth.
Okay, guys, welcome to the show again. As I said, welcome. Before I do say anything, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't, if you're brand new to the show, you come in for the first time, make sure you subscribe. Um, Man, we'll start off with the AFL ladder. We'll have a look at that. So this is the 8, man, and you tell me, right, if the 8 is what you thought it was going to be come round 10 at the start of the season. So Melbourne's number 1, Brisbane Lions is number 2, Fremantle number 3, Carlton at 4th, Sydney Swans 5th, St Kilda 6th, 7th is Geelong, and 8th is Richmond. Any surprises there, Johnny G?
Um, I'll probably pick 5 of them. 3 of them are very surprises for me. 3 of them are
So
surprises.
I'm guessing those surprises would be Freo, Carlton, and maybe St Kilda.
No, I was for thinking Richmond, Saints, and Frio.
Okay.
I sort of had a feeling Carlton were
Yeah.
building, and they'll be not as high as fourth, but maybe in the eighth spot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, but Melbourne is a given, and Brisbane, obviously, they were going to do well. Yeah, you always think Geelong's around the mark, and obviously, I thought Sydney had a good shot this year, yeah.
Well,
So
yeah, I thought that Melbourne were going to be up there, Brisbane up there, but yeah, Freo has shocked me a little bit, even though they did lose to Gold Coast this week. But yeah, third's pretty amazing for them, and yeah, Carlton's been pretty good. Carlton have been pretty good. St Kilda have been okay, but then
they've improved.
They
They've
have,
improved well.
and
Yeah.
Richmond with Dusty they snuck into the 8. So yes,
They could do very good for this year, for Dusty's old
yeah.
man. Put an extra
Yeah,
role
that's
in.
right. So the bottom 10 now is Western Bulldogs are ninth, Port Adelaide's climbed up to 10th, Collingwood's 11th, Gold Coast Suns 12th, Hawthorn's 13th, the Crows are sitting 14th, and then the Giants are 15th, which I think that's a big disappointment. Essendon 16th, North Melbourne is on 17th, and West Coast the bottom dwellers last place. So
Yeah, I think the biggest shocks out of those, bottom was probably Bulldogs, Port, and maybe
yeah,
GWS. Especially GWS only got the 2 wins and sitting in the bottom
yeah.
4. Port Adelaide and Bulldogs you expect to be in the top 8 by now, but they're only 1 game out, so Port's turned it around since their first
Yeah.
5. But the others, including my team, Adelaide, you expect them to be in the bottom half.
That's right. So no, yeah, I agree. Like some of those teams, like GWS and Port, and yeah, didn't think they'll be down there, but yeah, Port's actually coming back up nicely, but yeah, GWS,
Yeah, so
but
yeah,
and I
out
think
of those.
Gold Coast could make a rise. I think up.
Well, they're Gold Coast are with the same as Port and Bulldogs. The 1
Yeah,
game out of the 8.
yeah.
Uh,
So anyway, we've got a few before we begin. Keep going. There's a few in the chat, mate. So Dale has come into the chat. How are you, Dale? Good to have you here.
Dale, what's happening?
We got Mr. Laughlin's actually arrived. So how you going, Mr. Laughlin? I'm glad
His
you're
own
here.
island.
We're really glad that you arrived, and you took.
He is truly an
He is
island
an island
boy.
boy. We were just singing that song before. So, KP says Dale, what a nice guy, and then Dale goes, the nicest guy you'll ever know. I wonder where he heard that one. How come? Mr. Lachlan says, how come I always come here when my name is mentioned? I don't know, man. You must have like a beacon or something that tells you when your name's mentioned on our podcast. So
It's a bit iconic in our podcast, Mr. Lachlan.
that's right.
Yeah.
So KP says that's Chris C about what Dale said about the nicest guy you ever meet. And he goes, Dale lies. He's the second nicest. Oh, come on. I am the nicest guy. What are you talking about?
No, Dale's
He's
a
a
pretty
nice
nice
guy.
guy.
He's a nice guy. Mr. Lachlan says KP and Chrissy are great guys. We are great guys. I might not be the nicest guy, but I'm a great guy.
You're just the best, man.
He's the Aussie
best.
Seth Rogen. I am the Aussie Seth Rogen. That's what Dale said. And Divine Scrubs, happy birthday. Dusty is my favourite footy player. Oh, well, he's doing well, mate. Dusty is doing very well coming back. He definitely made a difference on the weekend. So,
Yeah, he had a good game.
Just to round this off, KP says, I called Cameron getting sacked. Oh, so he called it, man. He did last week. He did.
That was his last game on the weekend. And they lost.
He did, man. So yeah, it was a
Lost by 30 points in the
yeah,
end
it was
too.
sad, man, seeing him walk off. But yeah, he did call that. Christie's happy that Mr. Lachlan came. Dale's saying, excellent, Chris. G'day, champions. Mr. Lachlan says, yes, I did. Guys, wait. Christy is the nicest and the most handsomest. Yes, I am Beth Karen. Thank you very much. And Johnny ranks higher than Chris. Oh, that's a bit low, man. Dale said that. Dale said that.
Oh, Dale, you're a nice guy, man.
All right, let's begin with the round that was round 9. So what happened in round 9, man? Give us the rundown.
Started off Friday night footy, Marvel Stadium, Collingwood versus Bulldogs, and yeah, the Bulldogs end up winning by 48 points. Bulldogs are starting to turn a corner.
They are, man, and I saw them last week against Port. They they did lack a bit of forward structure, and I don't know, their midfield just weren't firing. So it's good to see them back on the winners list where they belong. Like they've got a good team. So
Mm.
yeah, I think they can still make the finals, I reckon. And Collingwood are still building, I guess, if you can say that. And yeah,
Yeah, I
they're gonna
mean,
have
they've got a fairly young squad, Collingwood as well, so
yeah. So
not far off the pros
yeah,
list, really.
yeah, that's right. So it's gonna take time. You're gonna have lapses, in games where good teams are gonna take control of. So I think that's what happened there. There was no real surprise. I reckon. Did you go for the Magpies? We'll have a look at the footy tipping after this, but you're not doing too well,
Yeah.
Johnny G.
No, no. I mean, Bulldogs midfield showed why they're, class again. They dominated possession. You got Bailey Smith for 41, McRae 37, Trelaw 35. That's a lot of possessions for three players in the
Yeah,
midfield. So they just completely controlled that game and end up getting a percentage boost, really.
true, true. Yeah. So yeah, did Bontempelli play? Because I can't remember.
Yeah, he came back. I think it was dropped for form, and now he's come back, kicked the goal, 26 possessions, so he did pretty good
Oh,
as
that's
well.
great. Oh, that's all you want. That's all you want, man. Like if they can get their players playing the way they want, and they can get Bruce back in the forward line. They could feature pretty heavily in September, I think. So,
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah,
definitely.
Collingwood are just Collingwood. They're going to be up and down all year. They've still got a young list, so can't expect too much from them. But
Nah, they've
it's
done
all
all right
right.
this
I'll be
season
happy if
so
I was a
far.
Collingwood supporter. I'd be happy. So, but before we,
Yeah.
man, the chat's going crazy tonight, man. So, Divine Scribes reckons he's the nicest, and then I told Chris the week before he would get sacked. No one believed me, KP said. So he did say that. He did. He did. Kudos to you,
I
KP.
reckon
You
KP's
were
got some
right.
inside trading
Um,
going on.
Leslie Carrion says Johnny G is the hottest guy here.
Oh
That's a
my
big statement.
God,
That's a massive statement.
Leslie,
Massive statement.
that's massive.
Mr. Lachlan,
Thank you. I have some fans like the Chinese had a speech, 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 speech.
Mr. Lachlan says no. I'm Leslie. What?
Lachlan and Leslie are two the same.
No, I am Leslie.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Mr. Lachlan, you are by far the hottest.
He's saying that he's the hottest guy. That's what he's saying.
He is. I've met him.
He's
He's
a nice
quite
guy. I've actually
handsome.
seen pictures of him on Instagram. He is one hot guy.
Yes, he's on his island.
The island boy.
Island
So
boy.
Beth Karen goes, "Do you guys have a photo of Mr. Lachlan?" Well, on Instagram he has. So if you go onto Instagram,
Yeah, just type in Island
just
boy.
type in on the play. Made
Island
of
boy.
Ash, welcome to the show. If you're brand new to the show, please make sure you subscribe. Okay, so who else? It's going crazy, man. You guys, so he's saying, I'm not on the live stream tonight, man. All right, so obviously KP knows Made I Mash. So, hi, Chris. Oh, Zakal. Zakal is in the chat, guys. Zakal, everyone say hello to Zakal.
I was just thinking about
Zakal's in the
Zakal,
chat.
man. Like, what NRL team do you go
So,
for,
Chris C and
Zakal?
Johnny G, how are you guys? Hi, everyone in the live chat. Hey, Zakal. I'm more sexier than Divine says. Divine, I need to leave soon for
Oh,
you. For you, much now. We'll check on afterwards, and I'll watch the rest of the stream. No worries, Divine. You take care, buddy. Mr. Lachlan says, "Yes,
yeah.
I said I am the hottest here, not that I am Leslie."
I love this debate. It's
I
just
reckon we have to see who
fascinating.
the hottest guy is and have like a show where people pick. So
That's
Mr. Lachlan is happy that Zakal's in there. He's lost it, and
emotional
KP's
damage.
going. What? Mado Fash get some more people subbing. Mado Fash.
Mado.
This is also an NRL chat, guys. It's not an NRL chat, but
Yeah.
it should be called AFL NRL podcast. We know nothing about NRL, so how can we do that? So anyway, let's move forward. What was the next game?
Next game was at the MCG. Richmond touched. Well, it was a close game. 23 points to Richmond over Hawthorn.
Yeah, I think
So
Hawthorn were with them like the whole way, and it was a bit of a battle. And then I think,
yeah, I mean, yeah, the lead changed quite a few times
yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah.
So
Oh well, that's always going to happen
uh,
with those kind of games. But it was good to see Hawthorn.
yeah,
After that disappointing loss last week against Essendon, that yeah,
mm,
they try to respond, but it
yeah,
wasn't good enough. So I mean, you got to remember, Hawthorn is where they're supposed to be, man. They've got so many youngsters playing. We can't expect. I mean, yeah, they're
mm,
going to win games because they've got their old brigade there, but yeah, we can't expect too
yeah.
much from Hawthorn. But
Richmond's key players are really getting them over the line these
they
past
are,
few games.
they
So
are. So
yeah,
no, it's good to see Richmond back. I mean, you always want to see good players play footy, like Dusty. It's good to see him back. So
yeah.
hopefully he continues. He looked pretty good out there, didn't he? It's like he hasn't missed a beat. So
Yeah, got his stats here. He got, ooh, where is it? Yeah, he got 20 possessions and 3 goals. So what more do you want from the forward
yeah,
line?
so he's probably
So
just going to stay in the forward line for now because he's probably not fit enough to play in the midfield. But that's all right. If you just coast him up forward, I'd be happy. I'd be happy with Dusty up forward, wouldn't you?
yeah, if you can get you a couple
Yeah.
goals minimum a game, you're happy with
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
So
So no, well done to Richmond,
mm.
and I'm surprised they're in the eight. To tell you the truth, I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, they got a really good forward line, but looks at one of the best in the league, I reckon.
Yeah, what's his
So
name? That small forward. He's really fast. What's his name? Bolton. Shea
it's not
Bolton.
bait.
He's gone.
Bolton,
He's
yeah.
gone.
And you can a bit like Dusty, you can put him in the midfield for a
Yep.
bit and put him into the forward
Yep. So
line.
I reckon they're going to trouble a
Yeah.
few teams, man. So
Yeah, I really think they're going to stay in the eight. I really do. I was surprised. That was one of the teams I was surprised with to make the eight because I think they were a bit past it. You can't be on
no, you
top
can't.
for so long. But yeah, they look better than last year to me. So
Yeah.
yeah, good
Good
on
on
Richmond.
Richmond. So what's the next game, man? The chat is going
Uh,
crazy, but we'll just keep going.
the next game is North Melbourne versus Port Adelaide, and a bit of a percentage boost to Port Adelaide, I must say. 69 points. North were never in it, I'd say. Um,
Um,
not really. Port led the whole good day, I
Yeah,
think.
a really good first quarter by the boys. They kicked 6 goals, I think, in the first quarter, and then 6 goals to one. And then the second quarter and the third quarter were a bit shitty. It was kind of like they just stopped playing, and it was more of a seesaw event than a goal fest. And then fourth quarter they turned it on again and scored, I think, 6 or 7 goals, and then that kind of closed the door. Like the commentators were like giving hope to North Melbourne, but they had no hope. Yeah, it wasn't a great game to watch. Like if you sat there and wanted to watch football and that was your first game you watched, you probably wouldn't like football because it wasn't that great. But if you're a Port supporter, man, you walk away pretty happy with that. That's 4 wins on the trot. Are we back? Not yet. If we beat Geelong this week, then we're back. But yeah, good games all round. I mean, I think Ollie Wines probably was best on ground. I think. Have you got his stats there? I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah,
So and
turning to Brownlow
yeah,
form
Ollie
there.
Wines was probably best on ground, and um, there's a few other players as well that. Oh, and Todd Marshall is great. Like yeah, just in the forward line, he's really presenting well. Georgiades actually.
You really,
Sorry?
Port's really been patient with Marshall, haven't they? They really
I
built
have,
him up.
and
It's taken a while.
yeah, like the last few weeks, like he's been really good. Like he's attacking the ball. Like those
Mm,
first few weeks, I mean, delivery to him was shocking. So can't always,
mm,
can't always, blame that. And he's always used to playing with Dixon up forward, so he's learning his craft a bit
mm.
differently now this year because Dixon's not there. So he's had to be like the more mainstay forward with Georgiades. So and Georgiades actually played well as well. Georgiades played well. Um,
Yeah, he's been a bit out of form
he
this
hasn't he
year,
hasn't had
so
his kicking boots on, so I was really really happy the way he plays. He scored 3 goals. Yeah, look, Rosie in the middle. I think he's doing really well in the middle. Putting him in there,
mm,
so it gives him that extra, probably that different kind of like X factor kind of player that's in that midfield. So um,
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good in the
yeah,
midfield, man.
so yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, and yeah, Port are definitely on the way up. We'll see what happens this week, but yeah, really happy the way they're going. And I also want to mention Sam Hayes, the ruckman. He did really well. He won the hitouts against Goldstein. I mean, Goldstein was playing up forward a lot as well, but he did really well against a really veteran ruckman. So Sam Hayes is really
Yeah,
developing
that's
really
it.
well. I'm really happy. He's a big boy. So um,
Yeah, when he's been called upon and he's stepped up pretty well.
yeah, with
So
Lysett out, I don't know. I reckon we play better with Hayes than sometimes with Lysett. I don't know.
yeah,
You can
well,
play both maybe, but I don't know.
yeah,
So, but
yeah,
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 North
that's right.
Melbourne, they're just in a hole. So they got some good
Yeah,
players. Like there's some, I saw some glimpses of some players. I can't remember the
mm.
names, man. Oh,
They got some good youngsters, but they're still a few
yeah,
years away. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, no, Port did well. Good win. This week will be a test. So
All right. Well, did you want to address anything in the chat before we move along?
all right, so far chat's gone crazy. This is also NRL. Okay, so KP's ignoring my comments today. Beth Karen. No, he's not ignoring your comments. He's just, he's a busy guy. So, Cal, Mr. Lachlan, how are you and your team won on the Sunday against my team in the NRL? So, Warriors lost 32 to 30 to Rabbitohs. Oh, I'm a Rabbitohs fan. So, there you go, Beth Karen. Thanks for that update. Yes, it was a great win to us, Zakal. There you go. They're just talking about the NRL, man. So, Mr. Lachlan goes, and I'm good, thank you, Zakal. How's yourself? Zakal goes, I'm also good, thank you, Mr. Lachlan. Well, nice guys. And then, go Sydney Swans in the AFL and Parramatta Eels in the NRL. So, and then Mr. Lachlan says, "Nice Zakal." So it's not as crazy as it was before, man. But
Very
very nice
nice.
guys, very
Very
nice.
nice.
So
All right. Well, moving along. We got. It was a great game. This one at Marvel Stadium, St Kilda versus Geelong. Geelong looked like they were coasting at about was it half time? And then Saints just turned it on in the third quarter and yeah, ended up closing it out in the fourth. But that win there puts Saints on the map a little bit, I believe. People will start looking out for the St Kilda Football Club, I reckon. So yeah, they're sitting pretty in the top eight, equal, well, one game out of fourth. So
yeah,
yeah, St Kilda maybe be the real deal for top eight this year. So
yeah.
yeah,
I think Saints are they got a good mix of players, don't they? They're not like
they
the
do.
best player. They're not like the best players in the AFL, but I think combined they're a good unit. So
They've actually got
um,
a very good back line and a very good forward line. Like they got
yeah,
this that King bloke and
right.
Memory up there as well, and they've got a couple killer small forwards as well. So
Yeah, they got the guy from Richmond. What's his name?
yeah, and Gresham's come back looking really well.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously you got the captain Jack Steele, who's a gun. So look,
They got
they got players.
they got
They got
players. They
players.
got
So.
players, and they got Paddy Ryder's a good ruckman. He plays really well when he wants to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they're starting to become an all-round team. So they're a smoky definitely for this year, but I wouldn't say they're
Well,
better than Melbourne. But
well, you saw them play Melbourne the week before, and they got touched up. So, um,
yeah,
no
I
one's.
mean
I don't think we'll get to Melbourne, but I don't think anyone is close to Melbourne. I don't think any. I don't even think Brisbane is that close to them. To tell you the truth.
no, no.
So
It's
they're like a next. They're like I don't know, man. Like just different level, bro. Like I reckon they were.
Melbourne's got class all around. You know what I mean?
Like
It's
I
gonna
reckon this Melbourne team is better than the Richmond team a few years ago.
yeah. Well, it's hard to say because Richmond with the flags they got and that, and if
Yeah,
Melbourne beats the flags that and stuff like
yeah,
that,
I know,
then
but
you
I
can.
just feel like you play Melbourne now, and it's like just a walk. It just looks like it's easy for them, man. Anyway,
What about Hawthorn in their prime with those? Um,
no, I think they still struggled against teams. Like they didn't. You know, like
Yeah.
Melbourne's putting away teams easily. Like just
Yeah, they look like in second gear sometimes, don't
yeah,
they?
they just don't. Yeah, I don't know, man. This could be a
Oh,
dynasty. This could be a big dynasty coming up, man, for them. I think so. I don't know. I hope not, because I want Port to win it. But yeah.
if were you want to talk a chat or?
Oh man, the chat. Jeez. Oh, well, wait. We didn't say anything about Geelong. Where do you think Geelong's going from here?
I wouldn't look too much into a loss like that. They're still in the top eight. Um, they are an aging team when you go through their list, and you just wonder if they can run out the season. You know what I mean? At this high intensity.
Yeah, yeah,
So I think injuries might come a part of Geelong. They got some really good players. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of them are in their getting into their deep 30s or even early 30s. Cameron's a star, obviously, and they got killer defense
yeah.
when it's on song. Their midfield's a bit one of the weakest, I reckon, in the top eight. Because you've only got Dangerfield who hardly plays there. He plays a lot forward, but you got Cam Guthrie and you got uh, Parfitt. You got who else am I thinking
Is
of?
Stewart? No, Stewart plays down back, doesn't he?
He's more backline.
Yeah.
Duncan,
Yeah,
he's on and
Duncan's
off.
all right. Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
you know what I mean. Obviously,
they got
Selwood,
Smith.
he's old as well.
They got Isaac Smith on the wings. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's in his 30s, but he's stayed relatively, fit
Yeah,
turd and other 30s. But
they got
yeah,
a lot of old players, don't
a lot, man. You go through their list a lot. Most of their team are in their 30s. So
they? Yeah. Can
um,
you see? I can see like a big drop in Geelong in the
it's going
next.
to happen eventually. They got, I thought this year they'd,
No, but you know how they've always stayed at the top. You know, they've always been at
I
the top.
believe
I think.
I was
I think.
thinking, anywhere between eight and 10th for them, this year. What are they now?
I think they're
So they're
fifth.
seventh right now. So
Yeah, but I reckon in the next couple of years, right, Geelong. I reckon
yeah,
next couple to 3 years, you're going to see like a West Coast.
yeah.
So
Well, they tend to bring big players in, so I don't know. Maybe it's bad, maybe not.
mm.
But
Anyway, the chat is going off a bit. So KP goes. You know when I said about the Rabbitohs and I was happy about it. He goes
yeah,
as you know that he goes clearly a Rabbitohs fan, Chris. Clearly KP. And then Beth Karen goes, KP Broncos won 38-0 on Friday against Manly. That was good, as they knew they were playing. As you know,
what?
yeah. He goes, as you knew they were playing, like as I knew they were playing, like as if I knew they were playing, like. And KP goes, go the Broncos, like he's the biggest fan, you know.
Who do I go for again? The
You
Storm.
get the Storm, man. And then
Storm.
and
Storm
then
Leathers.
and then Mr. Lachlan says, yes, Beth, they had a great win. Zakal, Johnny G, Melbourne Storm lost to Penrith.
Oh,
Panthers 32-6. Far out, that's a massive loss to the Storm. Um,
jeez.
Christy goes, okay, I'm back. You can say that until they win the same amount of premierships, Chris. Yeah, true. I know what you're saying. I mean, but what I see, yeah, I know. He's talking about Melbourne now. Like, you can only say that until they win the amount of premierships. I understand that, man, but I just know they just look amazing. Like when they play, it's like they're not even trying. So
Are you
anyway,
talk what I mentioned? Is that referring?
yeah. So that's like saying the Brisbane saying that they are better than early 2000 Brisbane. I'm not saying
I
they're
wish you
better.
could.
I'm not
I
saying
wish
that.
you. There should be a simulation where you put the teams.
I'm
They
not.
can play the prime Richmond versus prime Melbourne versus prime Hawthorn,
Mm.
prime Sydney. But
I
yeah,
don't know. They just look really good, but then again, I don't know, man. I don't know. They
prime
look really good. I'm not saying they're better than Brisbane in the early 2000s. I'm not saying that, but they
prime
look
Crows.
like a real like. I can't remember the last time where you had a
It's
team.
hard, but Chris, we're saying that right. It's hard to remember how good a prime team was 5 years ago when you're seeing a prime team right now.
Yeah, I know.
Like, because that team's in focus right now, so it's like
Yeah, true.
no way.
Yeah,
Like
true.
you remember Brisbane, how good they were for a time with
Yeah, but
Acker.
Brisbane weren't the top team like during the season. They used to have losses and they
They had
weren't.
one awesome team, the Ackermanis
Oh yeah,
days, and
they
the
did have an awesome team. I'm just saying, like during the normal
because
season,
I
they weren't as dominant
remember
as they were in the
Hawthorn.
finals. Hey,
Because I remember back then the Hawthorn team with Lewis and Mitchell and all that,
yeah, they were good.
and the Brisbane team were like, in my memory, some of the best teams I've seen.
I reckon the Geelong team is one of
Not
the.
saying Melbourne, not saying this Melbourne team isn't one of the best teams I've seen, but I just you need a bit more time maybe with this
I
Melbourne
reckon
team.
the Geelong team in 07, 08, 09.
Was one of the best
I
teams.
reckon that was one of the best teams. I think, but I reckon definitely Brisbane's up there.
Sure, the Ablett days and that.
I just think like fine, they were killer. Brisbane were one of the best finals team I've ever seen. Um, but yeah, like Port used to go up against Brisbane in those days in the early 2000s, like during the season, we used to beat them. So and they used to beat us. So there was a good. There was. What I'm saying is, I reckon back then there was a lot of more good teams. Like where now
Yeah.
it's like Melbourne's up here and then the rest. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see what happens. I could be wrong.
It's hard to judge it, you know what I mean? It's just opinion in the end of the
Yeah,
day,
but if
is
you
it?
remember back in those days, you had Collingwood, you had Brisbane, you had Port Adelaide. You
Does
know,
it feel like the other teams just there were stronger teams back then to compete with those
yeah,
teams
I
and
think.
this season?
Yeah, I reckon. Yep.
I mean, this season, like you'd say Brisbane, you know what I mean,
Brisbane's the
obviously,
only one
but
I can see maybe taking him down, but
the other teams don't look awesome, you know what I mean? Like there's some most years there's always a couple teams there you can think, wow, who's going to win out of these
yeah,
two? But
nah, I can't.
this year it's like you can say, look, Melbourne look like,
It looks like a
you
super
know,
team, like a super.
yeah, I get that. So
I reckon the only thing that will derail them this year is injuries. If they start getting injuries to like key players, so like Gorn.
yeah, key players, yeah, because they got a pretty adept squad. But if they lose some key players, if they lose Petrarca and Oliver and stuff, like even Gorn will be a
If
big
they
loss.
lose those guys for a big time, then
Yeah,
I can see them coming down. But if they can keep them healthy and fit, man, there's another premiership in the waiting. You know what I mean? That's what I can see. So
yeah. I mean, if we go check the bookies, I bet you they're
that's right. But
$1.50 styles to win it, I guess. So, but
um, so in the comments, sorry guys, he's talking Greek now, Kerry. KP.
is he?
Oh my god! Oh my god! We've got a new guy in here, guys. Guys, if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, hit the share button. Johnny G's here every week. Me and Johnny G. Well, sometimes.
Am I here every week? I'm like an enigma.
But anyway, we got KP. Good luck tomorrow night when Brisbane Broncos are versing Newcastle Knights. Okay, and disgruntled former YF. Opinionated Dr. Miley others. I'm quite important. I successfully ended the beef on Twitter between Buckley and La Bomba. Oh my god, this guy's next level, man. All right, so Brisbane early 2000 was next level. Yeah, I'm not saying they weren't. They were awesome.
Wait, who was next level?
He reckons Brisbane early 2000s was awesome life.
Who said that?
KP said that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
That
no,
was
they
one of the
were.
best teams. In,
Yeah, one of the best. But you reckon Geelong was as good? I reckon Geelong was as good for sure.
with the Ablett team.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were pretty good too.
yeah.
It's hard. See, it's hard because you know what I mean. It's
But the Hawthorn team was good too, man. That Hawthorn team.
yeah,
But
of course they're good too. It's just hard to nail. You know who's been the best team. You know what I
you
mean?
know what, man? I'm telling you right now, if 2014 prelim, we're one kick away from beating Hawthorn. If we had won that game, if that game went for the 5 minutes, Hawthorn doesn't become the best team ever.
But what
You know what I
about
mean?
Port's premiership year? Would they beat this Melbourne
No, no, I don't think so.
team?
We had a good team, but
Nah.
Melbourne just have everything, man. I don't think Gorn would have smashed Brogan. Definitely, he's a have you seen Gorn? He's like massive, man.
I can't say the Crows Premiership because it's such a huge era when we
Yeah,
last won. You know what I mean?
yeah, 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 yeah.
The
So
game's changed. The game's changed too much since
it
when the
has, it
Crows.
has changed. It's hard to compare, but KP
We
goes
had
black.
actually we had overweight players in our squad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had Stewie G, man. He was overweight every time.
Well, you see Darren Jarman, man, the guy had a gut, but it was a gun. You
He
know
was
what
a
I mean?
gun.
But
Guy was a gun.
could it would probably be too slow to play with these players right now. He would.
Oh yeah, you can't. It was more It was back then. It was more skill involved, I reckon, than running.
You know
So
what I mean? It's just these players are just so athletic now. You know, it's
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
quick.
yeah, yeah.
You got no time to do anything.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, so KP goes black, Ackermanis, Voss, all brown Lamellus. Yeah, I agree, man. Brisbane were one of the best teams of all time for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a crazy team,
yeah,
man.
yeah. So
That's why they'll definitely be up there in my top five
oh yeah,
teams. If I had a top five, Brisbane will be definitely up there.
because the other guy tried to talk Greek. Okay, I don't think they were. Do you mean Geelong? He's probably talking about Geelong. That Brisbane team would beat them. I think that Brisbane team would beat this Melbourne team. I don't know. I don't know, KP.
But when Hawthorn were really good, was it 2010 when were they blitzing for 3 seasons?
2010.
I don't know. You know when Hawthorn win 3 or 4 in a row
They
or
were in three
four?
in a row. So 2013, 14, and 15 they won.
I remember
So
that squad was lethal, man. I
yeah,
thought,
but what
wow.
other teams back then? You had some good teams, man. That they were up against. Like Sydney were a good team with Buddy back then. Really good team.
And West Coast were too, man.
West Coast were a good team. Port in 2014 were a formidable foe, man. We just missed out on that grand final. So
Mm.
um,
I'll definitely put Hawthorn in that top five. That Brisbane team in my top five.
maybe
I can't remember the Geelong team. I can remember some of the majority of the players in there, like Chapman and stuff like that. It's I just forget how good they were. I
they were
guess back
they were good,
then.
man. They had Chapman. They had Abler. Who else? They had who
That
was that?
redhead, what's his name?
Ling. They
No,
had Ling. They had
is that
Ling.
the guy who's commentating now?
Yeah, yeah. They had Ling. Yeah, and who else they have? They had they had a few. That awesome backline. What was that guy with the mullet? What was his name?
Well, the Hawkins was young back then, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was
Hawkins
there.
was there for I think two of the
They had
premierships.
Taylor. Um,
Taylor. Um, I know the players in my mind, but I can't remember the names. If you say their names, I go yeah him.
well,
Um,
Selwood was there, wasn't he? Back then, still
Selwood was there. Yeah,
young Selwood.
young Selwood was there. Um, who else?
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked, haven't we?
We are, man. We are. But it's a good topic to speak about, man. The best teams of all time. Like,
Yeah,
anyway,
definitely.
so wait before we go, man. He says your personal. So Essendon in 2000 were great until Bulldogs came along, but Melbourne
Yeah,
were
I
not
mean,
affected by the Bulldogs in the GF. What? Essendon were good in 2000 until Bulldogs came along. What do you mean Bulldogs? No, Brisbane. You mean Brisbane? Brisbane came
Bris.
along and took Essendon's mantle away.
Yeah, it really feels like that. Brisbane
Not
changed the
Bulldogs.
game. You know what I mean? They changed the way football was played in a sense that they were
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
from that Brisbane era, the game started getting quicker and quicker. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I'm not going to tell you what this guy's name is. His name's. I'm just going to say Putin because he doesn't like him. But poof to Putin. Um, Petrarca and Oliver haven't missed a game for years. Yeah, well, yeah, they're not injury prone, that's for sure. So they're really lucky. So,
yeah,
um,
they're very durable, aren't they? Like rubber.
uh, do you remember when I told you the last stream that you look like Robin Thicke? Oh, yeah, we remember that.
Who's Robin Thicke?
Yeah, I don't know. So KP goes Geelong won in '07 and '09, and they won in 2011 as well. So it's three. They won three premierships. All these teams have gone to three premierships. All these teams. So.
Yeah.
Geelong should have won in '08, but they didn't kick straight, and Hawthorn let Hawthorn win. Far out. That was a crazy, crazy time.
That was it. That was when. So you're probably saying that because Geelong dismantled Port in the final.
That year,
Well, one of the years, isn't it?
I can't remember. No, I'm not saying it because of that. I'm just saying Geelong played in the '08 grand final. They played.
when did they beat Port in that grand final? The big one.
In '07. Yeah. '07. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that, all right? Didn't happen.
It's that would be a record for a while, I reckon. I don't know.
They did. So, you put Bulldogs beat Essendon, otherwise unbeaten in 2000. Oh yeah, okay. So back in 2000, Essendon won the flag, and they went pretty much. They won every game except the
Mm.
Bulldogs beat them in I think the last round. So I think that's what he's saying.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thanks a
One,
lot, KP, saying world record against Port '07. Yeah, get stuffed. Anyway, what's the next game? What's the next game, man? Come on,
all right, next
let's move
game.
on. We don't want to talk about
Next game, Sydney versus Essendon, and Sydney won by almost 10 goals. So Essendon, it's more about Essendon here. I think their season's over. I'm not sure if they had top eight hopes this year,
that. Yeah.
but I think they got a few key positions to fill up. I reckon their back line is, you know,
Getting a little,
who they're missing that McGee. No, what's his name?
I don't know who I don't know many Essendon players, so um, but all I know is that there's a lot of bad press right now with Essendon.
Yeah, Michael Hurley. Sorry.
Michael Hurley, yeah. So yeah, that
Yeah.
is a big loss. Look, we've seen Essendon play. We know they can play because we've seen them play.
Mm.
But they're not. They've always, I mean, far out. They're just
Merritt's not fit this year. He had a very
nah.
bad
They've just been
preseason as well.
just they got some good players, but man, they're just mediocre, man. Like
Yeah.
you'd be frustrated if you're a supporter. You'd be so frustrated with Essendon. So feel sorry for. Do I feel sorry for? Oh yeah, I do. I
They've
do a
got
bit feel
they've
sorry for
got a
them, but
very good forward. That Peter Wright is good, man.
yeah,
But yeah,
he is good. He is good. So look,
so
when they're on, they're on. Like any other team, you're
there's
one
not much
percenter.
around him. There's not much around him, and their
Yeah,
midfield. Yeah, they got Parrish and Merritt, and that's it really.
yeah.
And got Hurley's supposed to be their key defender, and
Yeah. That's right. That's right. So
it- so
oh your personal goes. Cameron Mooney was one player in Geelong as well.
yeah, Moons.
Scarlett in the back line as well.
I remember Scarlett. Yeah, shit. Yeah, the curly bloke.
Yeah. So,
They had a
um,
good team. They had a world class team. You put them up there, top. They're in the top five for sure.
yes, that's right. So, just subscribe. But yeah, Sydney just yeah, they had to do what they had to do to win, I guess.
Mm.
So they had to do what they had to do, and it's good to see them back in the winning circle. They're in the eight, but still, they're not convincing, man, to me.
Sydney, yeah, they started off the year better than they're playing right now, so they've tailed off a little bit.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, they lost to Gold Coast at home the week before, and yeah, they lost at home again to Brisbane. So
Yeah,
they had lost two in a row before that, and they obviously touched up Hawthorn the week before that. But they're a fairly young squad, Sydney. So
yeah, they are.
they've
They
got
are.
some they've got some really good young talent, and they're blending well together. So keep this group together for another year or so.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah,
going to get better and better, even if Franklin retires down the track. So
yeah. Which he is his 9 year contract up or what?
I believe so, like
Okay.
this year or next year. But yeah,
Okay.
they got some talent up front too. So yeah, look, Sydney, I reckon they'll stay in the top eight, definitely. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if they'll get in the top four spot. I think St Kilda, for me, are playing better than them. So at
Yeah.
the moment, but yeah,
We'll see what
uh,
happens with them, man. See what
if you're
happens.
If
It's
you're a Sydney
their
supporter like Zahal, I'd be happy, man.
Zach Zach a happy man. He actually said go Sydney Swans like just before. So uh,
Let's
and
move
yeah,
on.
KP is saying please subscribe, guys. If you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe to our channel if you like our content. Check us out. All right, so
Moving on.
the Dr. Miley utters he likes Jamaican girls. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, fair enough. Do they like cool runnings? Like, do you like cool runnings?
They do. Anyway, what was the next game, man? I'm sure we're going through them now.
Next game's Adelaide Oval, Crows versus Brisbane.
Oh, this
The
is what I
Crows,
want to hear about this one.
the Crows look, they've regressed a little bit the last few weeks. In the point of results, come to the scoreboard if that makes sense. Their first half, the past few weeks, have just been blown out of the water by other teams. They just dropped the ball from the start of the game, and they seem to regain um, a bit of what they've been playing majority of the year in the second half of the game. So they end up losing to 36 points to the Brisbane Lions. But Brisbane had a bigger lead than that at halftime. And same with the GWS game, and same with the whatever game, the Carlton game. So we've managed to bring the actual score back to semi-respectable. But to be honest, the Crows have regressed. They've gone backwards from the past few weeks, and it is a little bit of concern because you want to see consistent improvement. You don't want to see a couple steps forward, one step back. Well,
Yeah,
not one step back, probably two steps back at the moment. You know what I mean? It's like back to where they were. So it's okay to lose games, but they have to stay uh, competitive. They got to stay competitive. They got to, yeah. Obviously, we're rebuilding and it's young, and we come up against the informed Brisbane side, mind you. So
yeah, yeah. I
36 points in the end is probably maybe flattering to the Crows, I guess, because we were down more than that. So
well, yeah, I was watching that game and like
we're winning at half time. Sorry,
yeah. So to me, if like I'm an outsider looking in,
the
like
third quarter we
um,
got blown away.
I think if you're a Crow supporter to be like competitive up to half time, you gotta be happy with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta be
Yeah,
happy with that result, man. Like you're a young side. You haven't played finals in a lot of years. Um, yeah, man. Brisbane's a top two side, man. So not many teams are going to beat Brisbane. So to
it
give
was
them
good to
that,
see.
you got to be happy with that performance. I'll be happy with it, even though you guys lost it at the end. In that
Mm,
second half, that first half was pretty good.
it was good to see certain players perform well, like Hartley. He's starting to find his rhythm with the Crows. Obviously, we got him last year, no, well, 2 years ago. So he's been on the list for 2 years now from GWS.
Yeah,
Um, so he actually looked. That's probably the best game he's ever played with 27 disposals and a goal.
yeah,
And old Rowie with 23 possessions. He's actually a real good spark at you know, in the forward line. But yeah, look, the future's bright for the Crows. We just got to hang
100%.
tough. And
Yeah,
is Nick's the right man? I think he is for now. And we'll see. We'll give him this season, obviously.
yeah.
The expectations aren't too big on him. So as long as he keeps competitive and we win about 7 or 8 games this year, that'd be great, really. So
Yeah, no, I think you guys are heading in the right direction. You got some guns in the twos playing
yeah.
like Phil Thorpe, and a few others. So you guys do have some good players, man, that can come in and play.
Mm.
So yeah, I'll be it's the next few weeks are still going to be not easy, but definitely building. And Brisbane, what do you think of Brisbane? Like, do you think they can really take on the D's? Do you think they can other the team to bring them down or not?
I think so. I think who would I bet on if the Melbourne Brisbane grand final would be Melbourne, obviously, but they're second on the ladder and they're second there for a reason because they are the second best team in the comp right now,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah,
I,
if it's anyone going to take down Melbourne, it's Brisbane. I can't see any of the teams you know.
Not at the moment. No, you can't.
uh,
No. Um, yeah, Brisbane at home, especially. It's but the grand final's not played in Brisbane; it's played in the MCG. So
yeah,
um, yeah, they got some killer players. That what's his name? Bailey? Is it Bailey? He was a guy.
yeah,
He tears stripped out of you, and also, yeah, seeing Charlie Cameron. Like I was talking to a Crow supporter, that's one of my friends, and yeah, he was like when he just hates Cameron, like just show pony and like just rub it in,
He he, he
you
ripped
know.
us apart, man. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know, and like just watching him do the whole vroom vroom vroom, like
What's wrong
would
with it,
have.
man? Who cares? Just a celebration. What can you do?
Yeah, I know, but if that was a Port support like a Port player and he was doing that to us, I'd be, yeah,
Yeah, I was
yeah,
annoyed. Obviously, I was annoyed because I'm upset he's not a Crow still. You know what I mean? I think he's a gun.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
no. I think the Crows are on the right track, even though it pains me to say that. But yeah, I think they're on the right track. So
yeah, it's gonna take some time.
you will. But Zakal is out of here, guys. He says, Chris and Johnny G and everyone on the live chat. Also, good night and good luck with your teams, AFL, NRL, and soccer this weekend. See you on the next live chat. Thank you, Zakal. You are a legend. We love you at HFD. Thanks for coming in, like you always do. KP says, please subscribe, and he reckons that Nix is terrible. So, do you agree with that statement?
I mean, it's hard to judge because my expectations for the Crows are around where it is right now. You know what I mean? Maybe I wanted them a little bit. Obviously, I always want them a bit better, but it's hard to expect so much from this young team, and especially we've lost Sloaney for a year now,
Yeah,
and it's not really working out. Matty Crouch is in and out of this team.
yeah.
So we're very young, and that a lot of these boys haven't played, 60, 70 games with each other yet. So
Yeah.
it's difficult, man. So I know Nick's is unknown, but obviously, you know, people do know him in the football world, just probably outside.
Yeah.
But
Um,
it's
Kate,
hard to judge it. I find it hard to judge him yet.
yeah.
I feel like I need this season. So
Well, KP's saying, I'm upset people compare him to McLeod. They actually, is that what they're saying? Is he saying that they compare Nix to McLeod? Is that what they're saying? Is that what he's saying?
I don't know, like as a player, because I don't think McLeod's never
You
coached.
can't. Nick, I think Nick used to play for Sydney, and he was never like McLeod. I think KP's drank too many brewskis tonight, man. So
Well, McLeod was obviously a better player by far, but I don't think McLeod's a coach. So,
no, no. But anyway,
all right, we'll move along.
move along,
Gold
move
Coast,
on.
Gold Coast Suns beating the Fremantle Dockers in, I'd say a semi-upset because I think it was on the cards here that, Gold Coast could have won this, and they did. 36 points, and Gold Coast were in control of the whole game. So,
Oh,
setback for Fremantle. Is that all you'd say about that game?
I did not see this coming. I thought Fremantle would have got the job done, seeing as they were in red hot form. But Gold Coast, I've said it before, man. They're not a bad side, man. They got some good players, and they're going to be
I
hard to
actually,
beat in Gold
I
Coast.
actually watched that game, and yeah, Gold Coast. They were hungry, man. There was always Gold Coast players around the ball. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
worked really hard in that game,
It
and
was
yeah,
wet. It was wet, wasn't it?
yeah, it was sort of yeah. They played it was really humid tropical conditions, so but they did it really well. Yeah, it's Gold Coast, man, 36 points.
Do you think
Uh,
Gold Coast could?
I reckon they could make the eight. They're one of those like you give them a chance, like with a Collingwood, but I just think Port and Bulldogs are gonna get their stuff together. You know what I mean? And they're the two teams that are gonna be pushing people to come out of the eight who are in now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
is there room for Collingwood and the Suns in that mix?
Don't know.
No, but I think the Suns are in a uh, good track to in a couple of years to come because they got a lot of good young players as
They
well.
do, they do, and
So
Ben,
they're on track as well. 'Cause
yeah,
they're missing their best forward for the year as well. So that's
yep.
Ben King or Max King.
No,
So
no, Ben King. Max is his
Ben King,
brother. Plays at
yeah,
St
Ben
Kilda. Yeah,
King, yeah.
yeah,
But they're both guns. You know what I mean? So um, yeah. So I would seriously look at Gold Coast next season. Seriously. So
yeah.
as
No,
a
they're
top
they're
as a top
definitely
as a top eight team.
Well, to beat Freo, and Freo's got some good players, man.
Yeah.
It was wet, so we'll
Yeah.
have to give Freo that. But to lose the way they did was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how do you look at Freo now? Do you look at them as a top 8 side, or like
Well,
you can't trust them,
I
can
said
you?
we both said Freo was a surprise for us in the top eight. When you go through their list, you really think they're playing above their skins to be in the top four. You know what I mean? Like they got some good players in Brayshaw, and obviously some good experienced players with Mundy and
Fife as
you
well.
know,
He's still in there, isn't he?
yeah, but he hasn't played this year. Darcy's a good ruckman, and they're pretty solid down back. But in the forward line, they've got Tabana and Walters. Seems like he hasn't done much this year, so he's sort of past it, Walters.
Malters.
So,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
look, they got Sarong. They got some good young talent as well. But look, Fremantle have shown that they have to keep playing well because they could. I think they're the one of the teams who could sleep out of the eight.
Yeah, if they don't start playing, like,
Yeah, easily. So
yeah.
the hunt
Well,
is on for those spots, especially from Bulldogs and Port. So
actually, I reckon the top 8 is going to be interesting, like towards the end, to see who.
yeah, I don't think that
Hmm.
there's no way this top eight staying the same.
No,
So
no, I reckon Sydney could drop out. To tell you the truth, I got to. Yeah, that's my.
yeah, well,
They could drop out.
it's
You know,
even Geelong. You know what I mean? You never know with injuries for them.
because you know what, Sydney, like they're vulnerable now at home. I mean, yeah, they beat Essendon, but before that, they lost 2 in a row.
Because Richmond look like they're
You
on the
know,
up. You know what I mean? Carlton look like they're on the up. Saints look like they're on the up.
yeah,
Um,
Carlton could capitulate. We've seen that before. So
well, Cripps, I think Cripps is favourite for the Brownlow right now. So they've got the best player in the best
yeah,
informed player right now.
yeah,
He's been playing better than Petrarca. So
yeah. All right,
um,
what was the next game, man? We'll move on.
okay, the next game was Cameron's last game. GWS versus Carlton, and yeah, they couldn't win for Cameron on the last day. A lot of their stars, GWS, have really underperformed. I mean, Caniglio has been shit. Whitfield has been shit. Taranto has been shit.
You can't blame as well Toby Green. I mean, he just got there, so
Yeah, I'm not mentioning Toby Green. Like Kelly's been playing well, and that Tom Green has been playing well.
mm,
But their other stars, man, have really let them down. Like Hogan's had like one good game, and that was against the
yeah,
Crows.
yeah.
Um,
I think the whole
their
team played well against the Crows
yeah,
that day.
just GW's defense has not been well. Phil Davis has been very average.
Average.
Same with that
Mm,
Hayes or whatever his name back there.
yeah,
But they've been disappointed, man. If you go through their list, they got some stars, but they're just really underperformed
yeah,
GWS. So
yeah. Well, we can't. There's not much you can do, and they're sitting at the bottom of the ladder without a head coach anymore. So
yeah,
KP
Yep, so
KP did call it. So well done KP on calling the sacking of Cameron. So
and you remember Carlton went into this game without, the common medalist McKay, and they ended up winning by
yeah,
30 points still. So
yeah. Carlton are really travelling nicely.
I
They
really
got,
thought they'd struggle again without McKay in this game, but
yeah.
yeah, I mean that Charlie Kerner has returned to his promised form, and he looks like a
Yeah,
gun up
how many
scores.
goals? How many goals did he score?
I'll check it out, but he can play, man.
Charlie Kerner. Yeah, he was out for a while, wasn't he? And then he's come
He only
back and
got the two.
he's
He only
yeah.
got the two goals, but he was a big presence up there.
Did anyone else kick a bag or
No, they spread it. Walsh kicked two, um, Durden kicked two, Fisher kicked two, Silvani kicked two.
Sylvani's a gun?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Um,
they're really starting to shape really well. We'll see where
and
they go.
I just want to shout out at that game our friend Daniel Motlop. His son had a debut for Carlton that game, Jesse,
Oh
and he got a
wow,
goal.
beautiful
So
man.
got a goal on debut. Good on you, Jesse Motlop.
How come he didn't play for Port Adelaide? Oh, probably because he didn't play enough games or something. Father
Well,
son.
Motlop was there for a while, man.
Maybe he's not
And
eligible.
he's from South Australia, isn't he?
Yeah,
I'm sure
he lives here, man.
he lives here. Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe Paul opted out for not getting Jesse. I'm not sure.
Okay, so he plays for Carlton now, eh?
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
young. He's 18.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think
Oh,
he's
good on
18.
him. Good on him. That's great. Great news. But
Yeah, 18.
wow. Okay. Well, yeah. Carlton do look the goods, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. They, as I said, there might be a team that could fall out if they don't. Everyone always expects Carlton to do shit. So
Mm.
um, get a few Carlton supporters here, but yeah. It's
Well,
yeah. It's going to be interesting, man, to see where they end up. I think so.
we'll finish off with the last game of the round. Not much to talk about. West Coast embarrassing themselves at home again, I guess. But it's to Melbourne, 74 points. It could have been more. It really could have been more. But I think I reckon Melbourne. I think Melbourne didn't go as hard as they could
Yeah.
to not get injured here. So
Yeah.
they
Well,
did they did enough to get a decent score and to win the game. Um,
Well, you know what, man? I was watching an old Port Adelaide game back from 2011, 2012, and I got that feeling back when I was watching that, how I used to feel when Port used to play because we were so shit back then.
mm,
And yeah, I was thinking to myself, "Fuck, this is what West Coast supporters are feeling now. Like how how bad they are, like. So
yeah.
it's just hard to believe, man. There's still some good talent in that team. Like to be dishing out what they're doing, like it just doesn't make sense to me sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, they got Kelly, I guess. They got Redden. I think Gaff's past it. Obviously, Kennedy's past it.
Yeah,
You
but
got Darling,
oh man, Darling's a good player.
but you go, but the
Shuey,
rest of them,
Shuey
man.
was Shuey playing?
Nah, Shuey's like he's finished, man. Like he can't stay fit. He's old. Like
Yeah,
he was good. It was killer in the days where West Coast were killer and they won a flag or two. Think I
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
put that as the best. I wouldn't put that team in going back to the best teams ever in
No,
the.
no, no, no. They weren't. But
But
I
he was
mean,
one
yeah,
of their best players, obviously,
yeah,
and
yeah. But that grand final against Collingwood was one a really good one.
yeah, that was a good watch. Very good
That was a
watch.
very good watch.
Mm.
So, um,
Yeah, Melbourne rounding up the round with a big win.
yeah, Melbourne just keep kicking, don't they? So I did say they look pretty unstoppable, but we'll see, man, what happens in the future. Before we do head off to the tips, man, I'm just going to quickly show the tipping and see how bad Johnny G looks. So this is the tipping. So
Can I get an official wooden spoon saying HFD on there?
yeah, you're going to.
That's the best.
KP got 7 out of 9. Good job, KP. Johnny with 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 out of 9. Not too good there, Johnny G. Jimmy T with 7 out of 9, and myself, I got 8 out of 9. So pretty good round for me. This is the leaderboard as it stands. Myself, Chris C, 58. Jimmy is in second place, 56, trailing just by 2 points. These are 2 points behind me, and KP's at 49. Johnny G's at 41. Johnny G, you got a lot of catching up to do, man.
I do, don't
You
I?
do, man. You do. So, but you know what? There's another thing that Johnny G's doing better than me in, and that is AFL, the Supercoach. So we'll have a look at the ladder. There we go, guys. So Johnny G, where are you? What's your name on there?
Terra Luna.
No, don't talk about Terra Luna. So you're fifth, man. You're fifth, not doing too well. Doing pretty
Going
good
for
there,
top,
man. So
going for top four.
yeah, so a bit better than the tips, and I'm sitting at 13th. I had a win, which is good. Bollywood FC actually, which is Father Jim, he actually beat Wayne's World.
Oh my God, Jimmy T.
I know. So Wayne would be upset about that, and I think KP is struggling in 16th spot, but don't worry, KP, we'll get you there. We'll get you there. But these are the results. So yeah, you had a win. Did KP have a win? No, he did not. He got smacked. Sorry, KP. KP doesn't care.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Bollywood won. You won. Team Adelaide. I mean, Fahad FC beat Team Adelaide. That was no surprise there. Um,
When do I get to play Team LA, man?
oh well, I got the next round coming up. Let's have a look at the next round. So
I haven't played anyone beside out of HFD yet. This might be
Well,
it.
you're playing the last spot this week. You're playing Sled Gods this
And
week.
his last.
He's last.
Oh, cool. I don't have to do any trades.
No, and then Fahad is playing Dagwell Dales.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an interesting one. I'm playing local football team, so I've got a bit of a game on my hands, so I've got to do some trades. And KP is playing. Who's KP playing? I can't even see it.
Who ate the lot, man?
He's playing Sore Losers, which is they're a good team. So hey, you're doing well, man. You're doing well in the Supercoach, man. Well done.
Thank you. Shall we get into the tips, my
Wait,
friend?
let's just before we do, let's just bless these tips before we start from Father Jim. Have you seen Father Jim, guys? 1-800. Where is Father Jim? He was here before, but he's not here. He's always busy.
He just did a quick prayer and left.
Yeah.
Island boy.
Shit, that's funny, man. All right, so let's do the tips, man. Let's do them. So let's crack into it.
Chris, Friday night, Marvel Stadium.
Oh no. Where we going?
Carlton versus Sydney. Who you going?
Marvel Stadium.
Yeah. So that is Marvel Stadium got the roof?
Yeah. That's roof. I'm going Blues.
Is there anything wrong with Franklin?
I don't know, man. I hate doing tips this early because the teams come out tomorrow, don't they?
You going to Blues?
Yeah, I'm going to Blues.
Put me down for Sydney Swans. Go on the Swannies.
Oh wait, I got to read KP's chat. So hold on.
Oh, is he putting in?
Yeah. Share us with all your friends, guys. Nick's is terrible. I'm upset. Oh, they compared Cameron to McLeod trippers. What do you mean? Who's Cameron?
Oh, Charlie Cameron.
Ah, I see. Yeah, no way. Different kind of player, man. McLeod's a midfielder.
Two-time.
Yeah, but they're not the same player. Like he's a forward. You can't compare him. But McLeod was next level, man.
Yeah, next level.
Yeah.
But McLeod wasn't a forward, really.
I don't know why they compare him to McLeod. McLeod wasn't forward.
Nah, he was more of a midfield. Then he went to half back.
Yeah, he was never a forward. Cameron's a forward, man. He's a small forward.
I remember him playing a half back was just a gun. He was running off.
So I definitely will keep sharing the channel KP. Thank you, Mr. Lachlan. You're a nice guy.
Yeah, so
that's what I was saying. I was upset about you pinheads. He's calling us pinheads. You're a nice guy, KP. You're a nice guy.
All right, so you've gone Carlton, I've gone Sydney?
You're going Sydney, are you?
Yeah, Sydney.
Okay. KP reckons because they wore the same number.
Oh, is that it?
Are you going Sydney because I went Carlton?
No, I rate Sydney. So, and Marvel Stadium under the roof. If Franklin's playing, they got a chance. No McKay, you know what I mean?
He reckons we have to scrub up footy knowledge. What do you mean scrub up? Like for what? You mean I don't know about Crows, man. Talk to Mr. Crows man over here, Johnny G.
Well, I didn't know what comparing means. Like comparing because they got the same number. I mean, Rashuda got the same number as Fogarty, and he's got no chance of being as good as Rashuda. Anyway,
KP's going Sydney as well.
Hey, KP. All right, next game: Geelong versus Port Adelaide at GMHBA Stadium.
I can't go against Port Adelaide, man. They're my team, and I think they're on a roll. So I think they're going to get the job done. It's going to be a hard game, but this puts Port back on the map. Port Adelaide.
I'm going to go Geelong. We're not confident, but home Geelong, and you're going Port makes it easy for me. So Geelong.
Okay. But they compared Rue to Danger or because of the number. Well, that's dumb. You shouldn't go by the number, man. Go by the skills. That's what he's saying. So
I like Rue better because I don't like Dangerfield.
Yeah, why? Dangerfield's a killer.
The proof, man.
All right, next.
All right, we got the Bulldogs versus Gold Coast. Mars Stadium. Where's Mars Stadium?
That's at Ballarat.
Is that? Oh,
Yeah.
that's going to be windy. Who you going? Bulldogs and Gold Coast. So both are in a little bit of form here. So Ballarat.
I'm gonna go for the smoky Gold Coast.
Yeah,
I think so.
is that a confirm?
Yeah, Gold Coast. I'm gonna go Gold. Oh, I just like the way they're playing.
They are playing good, don't
I
they?
like the way they play, and I don't know. West
No,
Bulldogs can be vulnerable, man. So
yeah, I'm gonna go Bulldogs, man.
of course you will.
Should we just skip this tip that we're gonna do now?
Why?
North Melbourne versus Melbourne.
Everyone's just going Melbourne.
Should I just go Kangaroos for the hell of
No, I don't, man.
it?
Oh, if you want, it's up to you. I
you
reckon
know, you know how
KP
we'll
would.
talk. We're talking about. There's going to be one of those games where Melbourne stuff up. Imagine it's this one.
I very much doubt it, but if I would, dude, it's yeah. What's the odds? I reckon the odds would be like $1, not even 40
Yeah,
cents.
Melbourne playing $1.
KP's gone D's.
So if you put $1,000 in there, you'd win
1
a
cent,
dollar.
a
Would you win a
dollar.
dollar?
I don't know.
Yeah. Put 1,000 on to win a dollar.
Yay! Let's do that.
I'm going Melbourne, boys. I'm sorry, like I'm not that crazy. All right. Next game, Adelaide Oval. We got the Adelaide Crows versus St Kilda. I mean,
What another tough game to pick. Oh man.
you reckon it's tough, man? I reckon, yeah. Jesus,
Who's K?
I'm picking the Crows, man, because they're my team, so the Crows. But I do
I
like the
don't
way
think
Saints are playing.
Crows. Man, I don't know.
I can go first on that tip because I'm picking Crows.
Oh man.
7 o'clock Saturday night, killer game.
Yeah, it would be a good. It's gonna be a good game, that's for sure. I'm gonna go
Mm.
Saints.
Man, have we
I
got every gun different except for Melbourne? That's killer.
reckon Saints. I reckon Saints.
Yeah,
I reckon Saints. I
I
think
reckon.
Saints. You
I,
could.
I reckon.
You would
I reckon
win.
KP's
You
going
would
the
win
Crows.
10. You would win 10. What does it mean? KP's going Crows. He's going the same as you, man. Because then you know why he's going the same as you. So then
Nah, I
he
know,
can't
I
be
know, I know, I know who'd pick the Crows. Man. He's loyal, mate. Not like you, bro.
bullshit. He's just picking the same as you. So then you can't ever catch him. That way you can never be. You can never beat him.
Join me, KP. Let's go. Next game. Richmond versus the Bombers at the MCG. I mean, one team's look good at the moment, one team looks shit. But it's AFL, anything can happen.
Richmond.
Richmond for me too. I think they're going to kill St. Essendon. I mean, this could be a 40 plus.
Oh, it's dream time at the G as well.
It is dream time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Richmond for me. Um. Next one. Oh wait, we're waiting for KP. What's KP gonna write? Probably. I think he's gonna go Richmond as well. If he goes Essendon, I'll you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, John said you would win $1 if you put 1,000 in, telling you you would win 10. Oh, okay. So he's talking about 10. Sorry, man, I didn't know what you meant because we skipped that ages ago. um, he reckons you would win $10 if you was $1.
Ah, yes, because 100. Yeah, you
Yeah, yeah.
would. Well, look, you put 1,000 on, you could win a coffee and a pie. Okay.
All right.
So GWS versus West Coast at Giant Stadium. So new coach bounce. They're probably going to kill West Coast. I don't know.
Yeah, they probably will. GWS, man.
Yeah,
GWS.
GWS for me, man. West Coast, you can't tip them, man. They're just
You
even.
can't.
I've tipped them a few times this year.
You have. You can tell by your ladder score that you've tipped them.
Yes, West Coast is shit. Are they one of the shittest teams you've seen?
Yeah, they are, man. Pretty bad.
Trying to think of some shit teams in the past.
Well, Port were pretty bad in 2011. You guys were pretty bad in 2020. But I don't think you were that bad. Were you that bad?
But we're getting smashed every week. I don't think we get smashed every week.
No, well, yeah. I
We
don't
did have a
know.
few. We did get smashed a few times, but was it every week? I can't remember.
No, KP went GWS as well. All right.
Tasmania. This will be an interesting one. Hawthorn versus Brisbane. I know Brisbane are Brisbane, but it's in Tasmania.
Uh,
No Danaher.
no Danaher.
No, he's been injured.
Could this be the upset?
It could be.
Ah, man, I can't go past Brisbane.
Hawthorn nearly ran with Richmond,
Yeah,
and they knocked off. They actually lost to Essendon the week before that, but they knocked off. Who did they knock off? Who was
yeah.
big? They only lost to 10 points to Demons, and I swear they beat Geelong. Yeah, they beat Geelong.
Should we all pick Hawks and see what happens?
Well, you got to pick first, man. You're the
Why
leader.
do I have to pick first?
Because you're the leader, man. I need an advantage.
Yeah. I know Port were pretty bad. Yeah, they were. Port were pretty bad. You were saying that Port were bad when they were when they were at their worst. Yeah, we were bad.
Yeah, they got some good young, quick talent, man. They got that Lewis. They got that Newcomb. Obviously,
KP's gone Brisbane. I'm going to go Brisbane as well.
yeah. All right, Brisbane for me. Jeez.
Well,
I was
go
hoping to,
go
I was,
go
I was
go
hoping
Hawks.
to, I was hoping to convince you to go Hawks.
Go Hawks, man.
No, I was trying to convince you. I was saying all these good things about Hawthorn. He'll bite him,
We got
man.
one more game, isn't there? One more game.
Yeah, one more game. Fremantle versus Collingwood. Optus Stadium. I mean, Fremantle lost. Collingwood lost. But Fremantle in the top four. Collingwood are in the bottom eight.
Can't go
Bottom
past
nine.
Frio at home, man. Just can't. Just
It's
can't.
hard, isn't it? It's very hard.
It's hard. Oh, you're a funny guy. Yeah, it's very hard, man. What are you
I've,
doing?
ne- I've never signed up anywhere before, man.
Melbourne beat the crowd like by 200 points and had 1 point where they were bad. Yeah. Brisbane, Danaher didn't play against us and they still pumped us.
Yeah, I know.
Mm. We're going Frio?
Yeah, I'm going Freo, man. I
All right.
can't get zero for a week.
So we have gone some separate ones here, man. So, it's going to be interesting tipping this week.
Yes, yes. Obviously, I'm excited to see the Crows in St Kilda on a Saturday night. But other than that, I think Geelong and Port will be a close one, I reckon.
Any
Trying to
upsets?
think.
Any upsets?
I think, even though I picked Bulldogs, I do believe Gold Coast can upset the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
I think the opening game on a Friday night, I think it's going to be a close game between those two, Carlton and
Blues and
Sydney.
Sydney. Yeah.
But other than that, there's no really standout games for me besides, obviously Dreamtime. But I do believe Richmond might touch them up. So I'll be watching the Crows anyway, at 7 p.m.
I don't know what the stat is, but Port haven't beat Geelong in Geelong since I think '07.
Mm.
So it's been a long time between drinks.
I
So
mean, look, I think it'll be a close game, Port Geelong. I really do. I don't think Geelong can smash them. But
we're going to play our best to beat them over there, though. That's for
there's
sure.
not many good games this weekend, man. Really.
No, there isn't. Oh, Sydney Best Blues will be good, I reckon.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But other than that,
The Crows and Saints will be good, man. Trust me, they'll be a good game.
it'll be a good game because I'm a supporter. But you got on the Sunday, man. Look at those games like
Oh, Sundays, yes.
GWS versus West Coast. Jeez, who's gonna watch that, man? And you got Hawthorn for Brisbane's probably the only game I'd watch.
Oh,
And
gosh.
Fremantle and
No,
Collingwood.
you're right, man. You're right. Absolutely right. Look, man. It is what it is, man. And, we had a few people in the chat earlier. Everyone's gone home. They got sick of us, but that's okay. We don't mind. As long as they come and say hello. But yeah, man, did you enjoy the show?
I did, man.
It was good.
I always have fun on the show.
It was good. We're gonna get KP back, and he's got his.
Pepe hates AFL
Yeah, but
podcast,
he
man.
knows so much about AFL, so we need to bring him on. It doesn't matter how much he hates it. It's about his
I hate him.
knowledge. Knowledge is power, and if you got knowledge, you have power. So KP
That's
is
very,
coming back
very right.
to
Wise
a
word.
HFD AFL podcast near you guys. So get ready for that, guys. Before I do go, I forgot to mention.
Like, share, subscribe.
No, just we're doing. Check out our merch, hfdmerch.myspreadshop.com.au. You can get your hats, you can get your mugs, you can get your hoodies, you can get your t-shirts, all in the one place. So make sure hfdmerch.myspreadshop.com.au. Johnny G.
Can I get a baby jumper?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
My little boy wearing a HFD
That'll be
jumper,
the
man.
best, man. And also, don't forget, guys, we're doing a 1,000 subs on YouTube giveaway. So.
So how does that work? If you're the 1,000 subscriber, do you win it?
No. It's when we get to 1,000, then we're gonna draw out of a hat our followers, and
But
then
I'm a subscriber. Do I get in the hat?
yes,
Oh my god! So I can win it.
you can win it, man.
I'll donate it back. We'll do another pool.
All right, no worries. So yeah, 1,000. If you get us to 1,000 subs, you go in the running to win a HFD hoodie and a PlayStation $100 voucher. If you got
What would I spend $100 on? V-Bucks?
V-Bucks, or if you got an Xbox, we can get you an Xbox card, whatever. So, guys, make sure you guys subscribe. And here it is: subscribe, like, share, tell your friends. We're the best podcast in the country. So, just remember that, guys. And KP reckons he always loved AFL, but the game sucks now. Yeah, I know they've killed it with all the rules, man. I pull my hair out watching it sometimes, but.
You know what the worst thing about is the harshness of this 50-meter penalty, man. Like it's just
bullshit,
too many.
mate.
There's
It's
too many
absolutely
50-meter penalties now,
And there you-
and it's not even the guy just turns around and sometimes asks the question, and it's just 50. And if you saw how the EPL boys yell at the ref and how they act, they hardly ever get a yellow card, man. It's just emotions in the game.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You're turning the players into robots, man. Like. Bad decision. They're just supposed to get up and just put their arms up. That's crap, man. Like, I get it if they turn around to the umpire and tell him to, F off, this, that, and the other, like really put them in the ground.
Yeah.
But if they're just asking the question with a face and putting their arms up, it should not be a 50-meter penalty.
No,
The ref should just say, listen, you did this and this. That's why I gave the free kick. Not just blow your whistle and put 50, man.
Yeah, you can't even argue now. You can't even say.
No, you give him a dirty look now. It's 50, man.
And 50 is too much of a severe penalty. Way too.
It is, man. It is. For that is ridiculous.
So one day, what's going to happen is it will happen in the grand final where it will happen and they'll win because of 50, and then what are they going to do, man? That's bullshit.
I get the protected area, rule, but the players should know better of the protected area. But it's the human. You're taking the emotion out of the game.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
The heat.
Yeah.
We want to see people, getting involved. You know what I mean? Getting emotional, saying, "What the hell? What was that about?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%, man. I agree, man.
If you don't go overboard, then if you go overboard, then
but no one does, man. They just have a bit of a, But
dude, I've seen him just ask the question and it's 50, and I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Hopefully, now that they're getting rid of McLaughlin, the CEO, that can all change and we can get back to normal. But I just think,
The umpires are soft here, man. Like, try and be a ref in an umpire in soccer in Europe, man, and you see what abuse you're getting there.
Well, KP reckons, oh my God, they borderline spit on the ref and nothing happens in EPL. And also, Rooney used to give refs stunners. You do that, mate. You're out for the whole season if you touch a ref.
Dude, I've seen EPL just like the last weekend, man. This is how recent it is. They sprint up to the referee and just like this in their face. and nothing, man. The ref just stands there and just points. He goes, "Look, mate, I'm sorry, it's a free kick. There's no yellow card, no red card, nothing."
Yeah, you do that here. You can't even say nothing. It's
if you did that, it'll be like 100-meter penalty, 200-meter penalty. You'll
it's
be
soft, man.
kicking
Dude,
the goal.
it just goes to prove how soft we are over here as Australians, which is stupid. And the
I mean, you should be
stupidity
able to you should be able to at least ask the question,
yeah.
show emotion about it.
Well,
You know
isn't
what I
that
mean?
with everything here in Australia, man? Everyone's just like, Karens. Everyone's a Karen.
Political.
Sorry,
You can't.
Leslie
Can't
Karen.
be political. It's like bringing political correctness into a
Exactly.
sport.
It's
Like,
bullshit. It's absolutely bullshit. It's killing the game, man. And as KP said, he doesn't like the game anymore because of all this bullshit that they've introduced. You know what I mean? So it's
I mean,
sad, man. It's sad.
the
It's fucking
protected
sad.
area. The players just need to be switched on to stop giving away
Yeah.
the protected area.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all they've got to do.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%.
Yeah.
But
So
you know what? This is what I think of those stupid rules, man.
what are you doing? I can't see. I just see you in a scarf.
Just
You
that
just-
laugh.
you just-
It was a laugh. It was a laugh. It was a laugh. That's what I think.
You've just clicked on something, and all I can see is you holding a scarf. I'm talking to myself in the
really?
stream.
I go off as captain at refs during the games. I'd love to see KP just stun someone. That'd be the best. But anyway, guys, thanks for coming. It's been a longer show than normal. We did have that hiccup in the start, but we got going, and it was a good show, man. We had a few people in there, and hopefully you guys will be back. I'll be doing a watch along probably Saturday for the Port game. I don't know if I can do the Crows game. We'll see how we go.
Do all day podcast, man.
Do you want to do a watch along Saturday night?
I can jump in if I'm around. I reckon I'll be around.
No, well, we might do a watch along for the Crows game, man. If you're watching it.
All right, see how we go.
Oh,
Look, my can you still see me?
Yeah, I can see you, man. Anyway, guys,
My
my
battery's about to die.
All right, well, we're gonna go anyway. So thanks a lot, guys, for coming. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next AFL podcast. Peace out. Stay hunky. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.